So did you hear Trump compare himself to past presidents when he spoke to the generals and admirals at Pete Hegseth's Dick Swingorama? Yeah, after going full fascist and demonizing his political opponents, not as wrong-headed or misguided, but rather as...
It's the enemy from within, and we have to handle it before it gets out of control.
By handle it, of course, he means violating the Constitution by, 1, using the military against American citizens in a non-emergency situation, and 2, crushing these protests, which are constitutionally protected forms of free speech and assembly. And here's where Trump compared himself to past presidents.
George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Grover Cleveland, George Bush, and others all used the armed forces to keep domestic order and peace.
Okay, let's take these one by one. George Washington? Yeah, he mobilized the militia to suppress a real-deal insurrection known as the Whiskey Rebellion. And as soon as it was over, the militia was sent home. And you know what George Washington never did? He never called the rebels the enemy within. In fact, nearly all of them were eventually pardoned. Abraham Lincoln? Yeah, what was going on that caused him to deploy the military? Oh, yeah, right. Fucking Confederate insurrectionists trying to destroy the nation. And you know what Lincoln never did? He never called the rebels the enemy within. In fact, in his first inaugural address, he referred to them as friends. Grover Cleveland? In 1894, he dispatched the U.S. military, like Trump, over the objections of state governors to quell the Pullman Railroad strike. It was very controversial at the time, and the federal government's report on the strike condemned Cleveland for doing it. But, to his credit, Cleveland did not refer to the strikers as the enemy within. George Bush? He sent federal troops to Los Angeles to help suppress rioting in the wake of the Rodney King verdict. But Bush did so, in accordance with the Constitution, at the request of California's governor, and without condemning the rioters as the enemy within. So, try as he might, Trump can't invoke U.S. history to justify his authoritarian and unconstitutional use of the military against American citizens. But that's not going to stop him. And keep in mind what I've been saying for some time now. Trump's ultimate plan is to use the military and ICE to interfere with upcoming elections to ensure that he stays in power for the rest of his life.
Last month, I signed an executive order to provide training for a quick reaction force that can help quell civil disturbances.
Disturbances like Democrats voting. Just declare a fake voter fraud emergency, set up military checkpoints, seize voting machines, arrest election officials. It's all on the table, people.